Hey YouTube, this is a Draug Foltest list that I've been tinkering with over the last couple days. I'm at the point where I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, the main idea here is you play a bunch of humans, and you play Draug. In the bronzes, we have the typical NR bronzes, I guess, in the Blue Stripe Commando, Blue Stripe Scout. This is one of the reasons that you play Foltest, being able to efficiently thin with the Commando, as well as having a reasonable tempo play in your 4s in Blue Stripe Scout. If you go Blue Stripe Commando into another Blue Stripe Commando, on the following turn, when you scout the Commando, you can use that second Commando, if it lives, to get the Commando out again. So it sort of like makes your Blue Stripe Scout an 8-point for 4 provision card. Also in the bronzes, we have some damned sorceresses, Kidwini cavalries, just to round up the 4s. The sorceresses also have the extra benefit of being able to either kill Sabrina or line up things for Rivian Pikeman, which is also in our 5s. We have Strays of Spala to make Sabrina bigger, as well as just general movement stuff. Against Nilfgaard in particular, being able to move a Magna Division is a pretty big deal. Last time, when we go into the golds, we have our finisher, which is Draug. Our Foltest is used on Akvist, Seltkirk, and generally Blue Stripe Commando, are what the 3 charges are reserved for. And then some of the more interesting choices. We're playing Draugaray. Against Reveal, I like having Draugaray to answer a Mangonel. It's not so good against the Artifact decks, but there weren't very many of those on the ladder, so I felt pretty comfortable playing my 6-for-8 lock. Next we have Botchling, which I think is a very underplayed card. Basically, on every turn, it damages the highest ending by 1. So you play it, and immediately you're getting 6 value. If they lock it, then they've basically traded 2 provisions for 2 provisions, because you played a 6-for-8 and they played a lock, which is in almost every case costing 2 provisions. Diamond Rhythm Shackles deals 3 for 5. Draugaray is a 6-for-8. So it trades even there. And also, because it's a 5-point engine unit, and 5 is not the easiest number to get to in the game right now, there's a lot of matchups where this just sticks. Like against Reveal, they have to lock it, or it's just going to take the entire round. We have Vest for some removal. We have Ronvid. He's carryover, and also he synergizes pretty well with Draug. We're playing the Witchers. We want to be able to thin. And we have Sabrina. So the main idea here is that for our finisher, we want to go Draug. We have like 3 or 4 Kidwini Revenants in play after the Draug. On the following turn, we Sabrina on their biggest row, and we kill the Sabrina with the Revenants. Sabrina lines up more things for the rest of the Revenants to kill. Like if any 4 that they have is now a 1, so we can kill those with the Revenants, and then we're probably up by like 30 points at that point. If everything goes well, your opponent usually concedes as soon as you play the Sabrina, which is often a few turns before the end of the game because you're up like 30 points already. Anyway, I'm going to end this with a bunch of games that we played on stream. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? Fucking Gwent. Show me my contracts. I don't even know how to do that. Where do I go to see my contracts? I overvalue RAM. No, I don't think it's very good. Like, I think it's probably worse than Bomb Heaver per provision. But it's also not totally worthless. Like, I'm playing Pikeman over it, and I don't value Pikeman very highly. Though it's pretty sick here. And Pikeman does get better with the Sorceress. But no, I agree. It is difficult to get value out of RAM. But when RAM is good, RAM is good. Like, if you round 1 Blue Stripes and they don't kill both of the Blue Stripes immediately and they go, like, Mastercrafted Spear, you get to pop the Spear with the Ram. Also, it looks like this isn't Artifact Dithne, so I guess I'm not sad. Just had an Arid Internal on Kiels. Nice. Draugaray. I don't know. Do I even need to play these in round 1? Can I just save these for round 3? It's an interesting thought. Like, it's a thinning card, so you're kind of incentivized to play it into round 1. But it also makes your round 3 Draug kind of nutty. It makes the overall card quality in your deck better, because instead of Blue Stripe Scout being a 4, it's an 8. Oh, we're just going to kill it. That's fine. I mean, this matchup probably doesn't make sense, because it always dies. But in general, I could see it making sense. Can't Epidemic me, you can't Scorch me. I don't think there's a card in between Epidemic and Scorch, so we'll do this. I guess there's Shiru, but whatever. Run Ritcoin, who cares? It's so strong. That's so strong. Whatever elf he wants. Nailer comes back. Should I just play this now? I don't think I'm ever getting value out of it while he's Ithne. Also Black Varela. This is also kind of an awkward card to find value on. This is worst case a 6. This is worst case like a 3 or a 4. Or worst case is 4, right? Because it counts itself. Ooh, it is Igni. Okay. Fine with this. Can I make it Usurper? No. Playing it to that mulligans feels terrible. I can't do it. That's why I stopped playing Consume. If he pushes, I probably lose. I just gotta hope that Ithne is not gonna push round 2. This thing charges. No, it's a cooldown. I mean, this is just strictly better than this, though. This doesn't do anything. At least this might have some utility. I guess aside from bringing back Ronded. I forgot about that. Found the Draug. These ones block Epidemic. Don't need too many, though, because I also have Ronvid for that. Nice blacklist. So we don't have Sabrina, but our opponent's units are all kind of small anyway, so that shouldn't matter. Can run this out first. I ideally want to make him use Ithne charges before I play Botchling. We're gonna bring back Blacklist? Almost certainly not. It's kind of awkward to have Blacklisting with only 2 bronzes. I don't know, it just feels kind of worthless. Could be Oglis, could be Sheer getting buffed. This kills the elf. He's not playing artifacts, right? This first. Just pumpkins, mid-range Sequoia. I mean, I've seen a lot of similar decks. No, it looks like he just bumped Swordmaster. We played against a similar deck that's playing Oglis instead. You can go like shoot, Scorch. But I think if he was planning on Scorching, he would not have played a buffed Swordmaster. Just a pick of your current feelings of Gwent. As long as it's an appropriate picture, sure. Nothing you wouldn't click on at work. Or school. Botching haven't seen it run much. I've been pretty impressed by it. Partially because people don't know how to play against it yet. Though, I mean, with Ithne it doesn't really matter, because Ithne can always deal 5. But we had a guy use 2 Dythwin Arbalist shots on it, and then we just flipped it, and it went back to 5. It comes down at 6 value, right? So it's a 6 for 8, because it pings something immediately. So if they lock it, it breaks even with the lock in provision for provision cost. And it's kind of hard to deal 5. 5 is a big number. And they can't kill it over 2 turns. It's not like a lot of other engines. So you can never renew Shiru. Or renew Igni. See your picture out. I mean, I would probably call that something you wouldn't post at work, but it's not. Whatever. I don't really get it either, yeah. It's just kind of a crude drawing of Gwent cards. Crew drilling on top of the Gwent board. God, Draug is disgusting. This dude. So I gotta worry about a short round burst combo. Oh hey, we have it. I wanted to cut Black Rayla. Should play Foltest Pride. Needs could be too high ranked to get away with it. Foltest Pride is funny. You can always play it in casual. Granted, you'll run into a lot of mirrors on casual. We played the Lippy deck last night on casual. We ran into like 4 out of 5 NR decks. Or 4 NR decks out of 5. You're like rank 20. Oh, you'll be fine with Foltest Pride for a long time. You can play all the fun decks of those ratings. I'm curious, how many like starter decks do you go up against? At those ranks, is it mostly people that were taking a break for a while, or are you actually getting new players? None. That's awkward. That's been my main worry. Like, it seems like Homecoming did a lot for getting people back that were on break. Doesn't seem like there's been that much growth in terms of like actual new players. Again, Rayla does not count itself, so I can't use it to kill the Greatsword. Link for this Foltest deck. I need to take screenshots of it. After this game, I will. Remind me when the game ends and I'll open it up. Interesting. Play this while it has potential to be good. I'll post it on Twitter at the end of the stream, but that's not for a while. So I want to get something that I can post in chat, especially if I'm going to play this for a while. I think I'm going to play this for a while. Awkward. We just use the Aquist. Just lines up Pikeman. I have to be a little worried about Regis, and by a little worried about Regis, I mean that I'm losing my entire board to Regis soon. Oh, or we just bait out his Croc. His Herald. I'm okay with this. And we get out. Be surprised up with Giga cards you play every day. Are daily quests working again? I know there was a bug at the beginning. The daily quests are such a big... I guess not such a big, but they're pretty significant. Do I have... No, I don't have Ronvid Engrave. So this is just a worse version of this. Quests are working fine. Okay, yeah. The only problem is you gotta, like, trudge through games with the starter decks. And those starter decks do not look fun to play. So no Sabrina. Interesting. I'll respect Sihil for now. He's not playing Scorch, right? Just duel that one. You can save the lock for later. just in case something gets to the point where we can't Selkirk it for whatever reason. God, every time I see a Burna, I get so scared that I'm gonna get Skellige stormed. And then I remember he's just improving his card quality. This card is just so different than before. Oh god, it's a lot of points. Next turn is probably the Sahel turn, so I'll wait one more before the Frenzied Dow. Pretty sure I still want this to be Botchling. Okay, I don't think there's a Sahel now. And if there is, it's kind of too late for it to matter. We're gonna Draug this turn to play around Camby. Opponent has less. Yeah. Okay, we know there's a Warmonger in his hand. That's good for us. Don't know why he's playing Operator for a Greatsword, right? Is he a human? He is a human. Okay. Not complaining. Kill this. Oh, he's trying to Regis me. Okay, so let's try to not get Regis. Doing this. We are doing this. Yeah, and we're gonna have a gigantic board that is immune to a mirror. And so I want tempo. Oh wow. I got hand. No. There's an argument for maybe using tack advantage. But the problem with using tack there is that you lose to Cleaver a lot harder. Though Cleaver's kind of fallen out of favor since earlier in the patch. On like day 2, Cleaver was in a lot of decks. Should probably be reevaluating like all of my habits now. Is NR good enough to enjoy it? Yeah, definitely. This deck is sweet. This Draug deck. If you want the current list that we're playing right now, you can find it here. Ooh. Should have been playing around that, I guess. I think we're both playing to a similar round 3 condition. Should probably just pass now. We got Ike out of him, we got Vess out of him, he's gotten Witchers out of us. But we've thinned. He's only got 1 mulligan left too. Okay, so we're going into long round 3. This is cool for us, because now we don't have to worry about mulliganing in round 2. He's not threatening to 2-0 us. There's a chance that I get a good cavalry. There's no chance that Blue Stripe Scout does anything, so we're gonna play Blue Stripe Scout. We have other soldiers to get Ronvid back. Okay. So this is pulling at least Dow. What else is left? Dow, have Draugr in hand. Botchling. It's just those. Botchling or Frenzied Dow. 24 with your evidence. You get Gimpy Gerwind. Get fucked. That's the fucking nightmare. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That'd be a very tilting loss. I don't think I've seen any of my opponents play Gimpy Gerwin ever. I've played it a couple times. This guy a human? He is, right? Yeah. Okay, so Draug is in his hand. How am I doing this? I'm incentivized to Draug early. But how early? I think it might be next turn. We tried Rayla earlier. It wasn't very good. I thought it counted itself, because I know Yavin does. Okay, what do you got? This feels like first one to Draug wins. And we are now the first one to Draug. First Draug always been in the mirror. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was just saying. Okay, that's pretty good. He gets to answer a lot of our stuff. He can still Sabrina us. We have Derogare if he doesn't kill it same turn. Is this good enough for him? He can Sabrina me. So I do this in the back. Come on, Foltest. And then he Sabrinas me. I couldn't answer both Rev. Oh, he doesn't have Sabrina. Oh, I guess that's just game. He's also playing a list that has too many orders. And he gets punished for it because he can't use the Opist.